Well, he got cut. How did that happen?
Well, I'm assuming it was sticking out somewhere.
Well, he said he got poked or cut with a pair of tin snips.
Yeah, our car, because he didn't have nowhere to go, he was staying in my car.
This chick spells genius with a J.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Good morning, Miss Slater. This is Judge Middleton. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You're Fleischer Lynn Slater?
Yes, sir.
As you know, we took care of some of your other cases in the last week or so. There's a couple that are still outstanding. This one is file 242125FY. It alleges assault with a dangerous weapon. Let me find it here. That you assaulted Patrick Jones with a pair of wire cutters. They charge that as a felony, felonious assault. It's punishable by up to 4 years in prison and a fine of up to $2,000. The second count is domestic violence second offense. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. You're also charged as a fourth habitual offender. Prosecutor Robert has agreed to dismiss the felony charge of felonious assault and the habitual portion if you plead to the misdemeanor charge of domestic violence second offense. Mr. Gibson indicated he had a chance to talk to you at the jail. Are you going to plead to the misdemeanor charge of domestic violence second?
Yes, sir.
And can I just clarify, Your Honor, I want the defendant to understand, we had discussed this yesterday. There was a separate case where you were charged with a breaking and entering illegal entry without owner's permission. That case is a misdemeanor that carries a maximum of 90 days. That case will be rescheduled for a Friday attorney pretrial. So that case will not be dismissed as part of the plea.
All right. We're going to set that for January. Who is Patrick Jones to you?
It was my boyfriend.
And did you and he get in an argument on December 1st out by the Myers store?
Yeah, we got into an argument.
Did you stab him with a pair of scissors or something?
No, I did not stab him.
All right. Tell me what happened.
We got into altercation, and it was like a mutual physical thing between us.
A physical thing between us. That is a bizarre way of saying that they had a fight.
Well, he got cut. How did that happen?
Well, I'm assuming it was sticking out somewhere.
Well, he said he got poked or cut with a pair of tin snips.
Yeah, our car, because he didn't have nowhere to go, he was staying in my car.
Yes.
Her answer to the judge's question on her partner being stabbed with tin snips is to say that he lives in her car. This chick definitely spells genius with a J.
All right. Well, during this argument, did you cut him with these tin snips?
Of course that is, if this chick is a female.
No, I did not cut him.
Lucky one today. How you doing?
Well, he had a big gash in his leg. Did you hit him?
No, we were hitting back and forth. Yes.
We'll check in with the medical lady. If she has issues, and then after that, I can go over there and my thing.
Were you living in the car also?
I was staying in the vehicle as well. I do have a home, but nobody at my house likes him, so I was staying in the vehicle with him. Yes.
Which was back by the barn behind Myers?
Yes.
Now, as Mr. Gibson mentioned, you still got this illegal entry charge pending that was not resolved as a part of this. We took care of several other cases that you had, but these two are left. You've been in jail now for 16 days. I need more information. I need to find out about this stabbing. There's apparently some video here, and you've got another case set. I'm going to set this for sentence for 9 a.m. on January 3rd. I'm also gonna set an attorney pretrial in the illegal entry case. Ms. Slater, have you got a place to go if I let you out?
Yes, sir. I will go back home.
Which is where?
27644 Fawn River Road in Sturgis.
What road? Oh, Fawn River.
Yes, sir.
Well, you had a felonious assault, a license plate, a contempt charge. I took care of those. And then this illegal entry where it's alleged that you entered something. Let's take a look at that. The law requires in a domestic assault case that I give at least 10 days notice to the complaining witness.
Well, that is something that I didn't know, and now I do. How many of you guys now know this, and how many of you knew the 10-day rule already? Let me know in the comments.
As I indicated, the police report says he got stabbed. He said he got stabbed. There was blood all over the place. So I'm gonna try to sort that out. But you did indicate that you had punched him and you were in a dating relationship and you have a previous domestic violence conviction. So that's enough for a DV second. That takes the felony out of the. This illegal entry alleges that you entered a house at Dickinson Road in September that belonged to Daniel Orozco. We'll sort that out on January 3rd. All right, Ms. Slater, I'll see you then. Thank you.
Did the bond get amended?
No, I'm leaving bond right where it is.
Bond's staying bond.
Yep.
What is the bond?
Bond is $15,000 cash or surety.
If you are new, welcome to my channel, Off the Record, where I hand select the finest of court cases of the US of A, and then I remove everything that bores the hell out of me, such as the mandatory readings into the record and all the other legalese. And I also cut out any pauses where the judge reads in silence or they are waiting on responses that never come. And I do this for my subscribers, to pay them respect. Or if my subscribers are going to spend their time with me on my channel, then that time shall be well spent. So please subscribe, and I will do my best never to waste your valuable time.
We don't have to, we're not going to run around and catch 5,000 people. You've got to follow the rules, but you were put on notice the first time you were revoked.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
This is a motion to revoke the probation. There is no agreement on this. The only grounds are failure to report, community service, and being behind on fees.
Do we have a probation officer here on this one? This is felon. Well, all I need to know is this. Has he been an absconder for 3 years?
Yes, Your Honor, as far as.
Okay, he just walked off the job on a burglary of habitation, right? And because I'm looking at, I mean, I can add 2 and 2 together here, and it says April 1st, May, June 2020, and then it stops. And then there's a motion to revoke probation filed on June 22nd. So that's 3 anniversary date, almost 3 years, which meant he walked off the job.
In Your Honor, he had originally received a deferred in 2015, and then was placed on a straight probation in May 18, 2019. And
It's March 18th.
I apologize, March 18th.
Of what?
10 years probated for
No,
6 years.
no. How long was he on deferred probation? He was before we converted it.
He was on deferred from 2015 to 2019.
Yeah, which makes, that's what I do. It's
about
that's why it's 6 years probation. He got
right. It was
credit
about
for
4.5 years he was on.
All right.
That he was on deferred, and he's been on regular probation now since 2019.
I want to
Little
know
over 4
about
years.
when they picked him up. When was he arrested? Does anybody know that? When did he finally get in custody?
It was 27 last month.
May
3 years.
May of
See,
26.
he's gone for 3 years. Oh, okay.
I think it's down.
Yeah, and how did that happen? You got arrested, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
You didn't turn yourself in because you have such a guilty conscience about it all. Somebody had to catch you.
I actually did.
Somebody had to catch you, right?
I was pulled over on a traffic violation.
Yeah. Okay, and then they had
He
it in
let
the
me go.
computer.
He let me go because he didn't run anything. He just gave me a warning from a speeding ticket. But I actually told him what was going on with probation, and he took me in and brought me down because I was in front of my house when he pulled me over. So
Well,
since I was so close,
they got you. The thing was, is everything was, you were exposed now. They know who you were. They know where you live. Everything had now collapsed. The house had fallen on top of you. You weren't going anywhere. They got you. It was just a matter of time. But you didn't turn yourself in. This is the thing. You had 3 years to do it. How many days is 3 years? Over 1,000. 1,000 days. Any of those days, 1,000 days go by, and it never bothered you enough to go, there's a warrant out for me. I just can't live with this. I've got such a conscience that is bothering me, but it didn't bother you.
You did.
Yeah, that's why you turned yourself in within those 1,000 days. What do y'all want to do?
We're ready to proceed.
All right. In 15-22743, does the defendant, and you're Tremaine Celestin?
Yes, sir.
And raise your right hand. Does the defendant waive a formal reading of this? Can we proceed in summary?
Yes, sir.
In summary, this states that on May 18th, 2019, you were sentenced to 10 years in probation, 10 years imprisonment, probated for 6 years for burglary of a habitation. Do you understand what you're charged with here?
Yes, sir.
Allegation number 1 states that you failed to report to the probation office on or about April 1st, May 6th, May 13th, May 20th, June 2nd, and June 10th of 2020 in violation of your probation order. Is that true or untrue?
True.
Your probation can be revoked. You can be sentenced to no less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison. Knowing that, do you insist on pleading true today?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Well, Your Honor, again, he's been on some sort of probation since 2015. He reported, since he's been placed on regular probation, he reported, I think, pretty well for about a year. And then COVID struck. And if you'll note the dates that he failed to report began with the onslaught of the bad COVID stuff locally. He advises me that he got out of the habit of reporting, did not follow through with it, and realized that he needs to do that. In his favor, we have no new offenses other than this failure to report. He has a job and he's been successfully working and doing well. We're asking the court to hold this in advance, let him continue on probation and be a good citizen, with an admonishment that he needs to start reporting again regularly.
Your Honor, the state would just argue that the defendant was given a chance by being placed on straight probation. We just asked for 7 years TDC, Your Honor.
Anything you want to say, sir?
When it all started, the reason I stopped reporting because my fiance, she became real ill. She's been having major surgeries every year since 2019. So it put me on a burner to where I just had to work full time and be a full time dad. I literally
from reporting. So
it's just the time frame when COVID happened. It switched from I think going up there
when
to
was the
calling.
last time you reported?
Around COVID, like 2020.
I know.
Yes,
That's been 1,000 days. You
I
could
literally
squeeze in on your busy schedule a little reporting.
I literally been working every day since then, Your Honor. Monday through Saturday, and I'm off on Sunday.
Who's been the supervisor on your probation?
Who's been my supervisor? Ms. Bruce.
No, you have been.
Oh,
You've been supervising your probation.
yes, sir.
They don't know where you are, who you were, what you're doing, anything about you. And if we've got 5,000 probationers, if everybody did that and thought, well, that's what I'm going to do, what Tremaine gets away with, please, we wouldn't have a job, really. 85% of the people on probation do fine, follow the rules, and report regularly and do what they have to do. And this is serious. Somebody's home, you burglarize somebody's home and stole stuff. Big screen TV, just all for them. All right, anything else?
No, sir.
Nothing further. If nothing further, I'm going to find there is sufficient evidence supporting this motion to revoke probation to grant it by a preponderance of the evidence, or since or greater, since allegation 1 has been proven true. Your probation is revoked. You have already been found guilty of the second-degree felony, sentenced originally, or most recently, when your probation was revoked the first time, and you were then found guilty. And what were you revoked the first time for when you were placed on deferred? Because I know the answer to this. I just want everybody to know it. Failing to report. Yeah. So you know how important this was. Your probation is revoked, sir, and you were hereby sentenced to confinement in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice to serve a term of 70 years. I think the states. You got a problem with that? Maybe you shouldn't burglarize people, and maybe when you're placed on probation twice, you ought to follow the rules. You have a problem because you want your rules to be followed. Everybody on this planet has to follow rules. That's so we don't infringe on other people like you have done illegally. If you don't like that, we can sentence you up to 10 years. Well, I'm looking at this pre-sentence report, and at the beginning, it looked like you were going to be success on this because you said all the right things. You just don't do the right things. We don't have to. We're not going to run around and catch 5,000 people. You've got to follow the rules. But you were put on notice the first time you were revoked. You were put on notice this is serious. And for 3 years, 1,000 days, not any of those days did you feel compelled with your conscience to come in and say, y'all are looking for me and I'm going to do the right thing because I'm bothered. Sir, this is what we call justice. And that's what we're supposed to have for everybody. And you, by your poor actions, set examples as well for others. Don't do this. It has consequences. Yeah, you probably, the sad thing is you probably are able to. You just don't want to.
Yeah, I do.
You made choices, the same wrong choices.
I just
that we put you on probation, that we put you on notice for. And if you can't do anything, you got to report, because if you don't, you're not on probation. You're not supervised. And without supervision, you will fail. That is all.
I do hope you liked that selection of cases here on Off the Record. If you did, then please leave us a like, and even better, if you are new, please subscribe, and I'll do my best to keep whoever you're watching my channel with entertained, so at least it will take their mind off being hungry. And if you are looking for another episode that has all the boring stuff cut out and gives you just the good stuff, then here a couple that may interest you. Enjoy